Prince William just made an emotional visit that left an entire stadium in silence. Inside Cardiff's Principality Stadium, a new project is being built, one that could save countless lives. And at the heart of it all is a young man's tragic story, a father's heartbreak, and a royal determined to change the conversation about mental health. This wasn't just another ribbon-cutting ceremony. The Prince of Wales was in Cardiff for the launch of a brand new mental health hub, created in partnership with the Jack Lewis Foundation, the Welsh Rugby Union, and the Royal Foundation. On the surface, it looked like a community event. But once you know the history behind it, you realize this was deeply personal and incredibly powerful. Because the hub is named in memory of Jack Lewis, a rising footballer from Swansea City's academy who tragically took his own life at just 27. Jack had started playing football at the age of 5, and his passion was undeniable. But when his dreams of a professional career didn't go as planned, life began to feel heavier. His father Jesse revealed that Jack worked as a carpenter and kept pushing forward, but deep down, he struggled with unfulfilled ambitions, the weight of disappointment, and the pressure to find purpose. In his final years, he drifted away from football, battled personal demons, and slipped into drug use. His death devastated his community, but it also lit the spark for something extraordinary. That spark became the Jack Lewis Foundation, a grassroots effort in Amman Ford that began with one simple goal: making mental health support accessible, fast, and free. What started as a tiny counseling service in a small Welsh town has now grown into a nationwide movement, saving lives and giving hope to families who once felt helpless. And now, with Prince William's backing, it has found a new home inside Wales' most iconic stadium. When William arrived, the mood was emotional but also full of pride. He sat down with Jack's father, Jesse, and the young man's teammates from Amman Ford FC. For Jesse, the encounter was bittersweet. He spoke about Jack's passion for the game, his larger-than-life personality, and the crushing sense that his son had felt like a failure for not reaching the level of football he dreamed of. Friends Sean Williams and Reese Fisher admitted they were nervous to meet the future king. But their pride shone through as they said, "It started in a small town in Wales, and now we're meeting Prince William." Their voices carried a mix of grief and gratitude, grief for the friend they lost, and gratitude for the legacy that now bears his name. But William didn't just shake hands and deliver speeches. He rolled up his sleeves and joined in. Sitting beside Wales captain Jack Morgan, the prince painted pebbles with the foundation's councillors. With a grin, he joked, "I'd best paint it red for Wales." And when Morgan was slow with his brush, William teased him, "Jack, is that all you've done?" The room laughed, a reminder that even amid heavy topics, moments of warmth and humanity shine through. Behind the light-hearted gestures, however, was a serious mission. William sat down with rugby and football leaders to talk openly about mental health in sport. He asked Jack Morgan directly whether players today are more willing to open up about their struggles. Morgan didn't hesitate. "There's a lot more conversations about it. People are much more likely to talk openly to their teammates." And Wales head coach Steve Tandy added, "As coaches, you have to create the environment." William listened closely, before patting Tandy on the shoulder and saying, "Good luck, we need you." It wasn't just encouragement for the season. It was a statement about the responsibility of leaders to protect the mental health of those around them. And this is where Prince William's involvement becomes even more striking. Through the Royal Foundation, the stadium's new hub will now run 1 day a week for 3 years, offering counseling, financial advice, housing support, and even legal guidance. It's not just about sports. It's about building a safety net for people who feel like they have nowhere else to turn. And it's part of a bigger vision William has been quietly shaping for years, using his platform to break down stigma and bring mental health to the forefront of national conversation. For Jack's friends, the moment was overwhelming. They admitted their friend would hate all the fuss, but smiled at the thought that his story is now saving lives. One said it best, "Unfortunately, Jack needed the foundation, which wasn't there. From a tragic event, we're glad something like this has come about." From a small football pitch in Amman Ford to the towering stands of the Principality Stadium, Jack Lewis's name now carries a message that's impossible to ignore. No one should ever feel too ashamed to ask for help. And thanks to his legacy and the prince's commitment, hundreds, maybe even thousands, of people will find support before it's too late. Prince William's visit wasn't about publicity, or ceremony, or royal duty. It was about honoring a young man whose life ended too soon, standing alongside a grieving family, and making sure that out of one family's heartbreak, a nation can find hope. And maybe that's the bigger lesson here. If even a future king can sit down, open up, and talk about mental health, then maybe it's time we all started doing the same. Because you never know whose life it might save.